and then I'll start the meeting. Just one moment, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, cheers.
Yes, I've got clearance from the webcast, so we are broadcasting. So welcome everybody to this licensing panel. This is an application for a new premises license under the Licensing Act 2023 for Station Grill, 62 Queens Road, Brighton, BN1 3XD. I'd now like to take nominations for chair, please. Can I have nominations for the chair of the meeting?
I would like to nominate Councillor Julie Cattell, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Any other nominations? Thank you. Councillor Cattell, please go ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, good morning, everybody. I'll just go through the procedural business before we actually start the hearing. Are there any declarations of substitutes? I know I'm certainly not a substitute, and neither are the other two. That's fine. Are there any declarations of interest from any of the three panel members, the three of us? Thank you. No? Okay, now there are no non-public items on this agenda, and therefore we will not be excluding the press and public for any item today. We're being open we're being webcast, so it's all in open session. Okay, just yes, webcast is on, definitely. That's okay. Right. This application. Oh, sorry. My phone has just my phone has just it has just actually responded to me asking if there's any substitutes. I'm going to put it out of the room. Sorry. Yes. Right. Sorry about that. Weird. Okay. This is an application for a new premises license at Station Grill, 66 Queens Road, Brighton, BN1 3XD. Before we start, can I ask everyone to introduce themselves, please? And is everybody happy with me using first names? Okay. Okay. So first of all, I'll start, and I'll go through the panel members, staff, and then our visitors. Okay. My name is Councillor Julie Cattell. I am Deputy Chair of the Licensing Committee.
I'm John Hewitt. I'm a councillor in Hangton Knoll Ward and a member of the Licensing Committee.
Good morning. I'm Councillor Alison Thompson. I'm the councillor for Regency Ward and I'm a member of the Licensing Committee. Thank you.
Alex?
Good morning. My name is Alex Evans. I manage the licensing team for Brighton Hove City Council.
Donna?
Good morning. I'm from the licensing team, and I'm just here today to answer any questions regarding the addendum that was submitted. Thank you.
Thank you. Emily?
Good morning, everyone. Emily Fountain, Licensing Officer, making a representation on behalf of the Licensing Authority.
Okay. Sean?
My name is Sean Hughes. I work for Democratic Services and I'll be clerking the meeting, taking the minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Simon?
Simon Court. I'm the legal advisor for today and I work for Brighton and Hove Council.
Sarah? Where is she? Sarah? Are you there?
Yeah. Good morning. Sorry.
Oh, you're sharing Alex's yeah. Oh, you're muted now.
I'm the licensing officer here with Alex today.
Thank you. Andre?
PC Andre Bernasconi. I'm from Sussex Police Licensing, here in the same way as Donna to offer advice in relation to the addendum.
Thank you. Hannah?
Good morning, my name's Hannah. I'm a police licensing officer and I'm here for Sussex Police to read our representation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Baha?
Yeah, hi, good morning. It's Baha, the applicant.
Okay, and Richard.
Hello, I'm Richard. I'm just supporting the applicant as a customer.
Okay. Right. Okay. I think it looks like.
Chair, we just got one more who just joined.
Yes, I saw that. Hello.
Thank you.
Zagam, is that how I pronounce your name? Is that correct? Zagam?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Hi, everyone.
Could you put your camera on and tell us why you're here, please?
Hello.
Hello. Could you put your camera on, please? Bahar, is this person here to support you? Do you know them?
I think it's from customers. Yes, he's going to support us.
Okay. Okay. If you don't want to put your camera on, that's absolutely fine. Okay. Now, could you please, can you please ensure your microphone is on when speaking, and if possible, your camera, but turn your mic and camera off when you're not speaking. Okay. So I will now ask for the presentation of the case, please. Donna.
Thank you, Chair. That'll be myself doing that. And
oh,
good
Alex,
morning,
sorry.
everyone.
Yeah.
That's fine. Good morning, everyone. So this hearing is to determine an application for a new premises licence under the Licensing Act of 2003 for Station Grill, located at 62 Queens Road, Brighton, BN1 3XD. The application is for late night refreshment only. That is, the provision of hot food and drink Monday to Sunday from 2300 hours to 0500 hours indoors. The premises are proposed to be open to the public 24 hours a day, with the applicant stating that after midnight the premises will operate for collection and delivery only, with no dine-in service. I'll leave it to the applicant to explain the proposed application in more detail. Please note that the applicant had an application for a late night refreshment refused in November 2024. This was appealed and is due to be heard at Brighton Magistrates at court on on the 29th of October 2025. The applicant then applied again for a late night refreshment licence in April 2025, and this was refused at panel on Monday the 16th of June 2025. Section 18 of the operating schedule of the application is detailed in Appendix A from page 25. Further supporting information submitted by the applicant can be found in Appendix A1 from page 35. The proposed plan of the premises is attached at Appendix B, page 47. Two representations opposing the application were received from Sussex Police and the Licensing Authority. These representations have concerns relating to prevention of crime and disorder, prevention of public nuisance, and cumulative impact. Full details of the representations and police proposed conditions, should the application be granted, are attached at Appendix C from page 49. An addendum from the Licensing Authority and two addendums from the police have also been submitted. These have been circulated to all parties. 41 supporting representations were received. These can be viewed on Appendix D from page 63. Excuse me. A map detailing the location of the premises is attached at Appendix E on page 337. As mentioned, this premises is situated in the city's cumulative impact area. The special policy for cumulative impact states that applications for new licences will be refused following relevant representations. The applicant can rebut the presumption of refusal if they can show that their application will have no negative cumulative impact on the licensing objectives. The Council's statement of policy goes on to say that this special policy is not absolute. Upon receipt of a relevant representation, the Licensing Authority will always consider the circumstances of each case and whether there are exceptional circumstances to justify departing from its special policy. If an application is likely to add to the cumulative impact of the area, it may be granted. The onus is on the applicant to demonstrate exceptional circumstances. The panel will also be aware of the matrix approach to licensing decisions around the Statement of Licensing Policy and page 10 of the agenda. This includes a table with provisions for terminal hours of licensed activities for all classes of licensed premises in a particular area, recognising the diverse operation and different risks presented by those premises. The matrix states late night refreshment takeaways should not be granted in the cumulative impact zone. However, the policy is not absolute and each application must be given individual circumstances on its own merits. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Alex. I'll now hand over to its representations to responsible authorities, with taking the police first of all. Is that going to be you, Andre, or Hannah? Hannah. Okay, thanks, Hannah.
Thank you, Chair. As you have heard, this is a proposed new licence application in an area of the city which is subject to a special policy adopted by the Brighton and Hove City Council. The premises lies in the cumulative impact area as defined by the Brighton and Hove Statement of Licensing Policy and seeks the following hours and licensable activity, which is late night refreshment every day from 2300 to 0500, but opening hours every day for 24 hours. Recent incident and crime statistics indicate that during the period of the 18th of July 2024 and the 18th of July 2025, there were 297 crimes linked to Queen's Road and surrounding side roads. The majority of these incidents were recorded as violence against a person, antisocial behaviour and thefts. This shows a slight increase in crimes from the previous searches, which were run between October 2023 to October 2024, where there were 271 crimes recorded, and May 2024 to May 2025, where there were 283 crimes linked to Queen's Road. There was also 11 sexual assaults reported along Queen's Road in this 12-month period, which again is an increase from the statistics provided between May 2024 and May 2025. To assist with the history, I also attached the two previous Sussex Police representation letters, which could be found in the agenda, With the area already experiencing high number of incidents which occur throughout the day and night, permitting a premises to be open throughout the entire nighttime economy is likely to increase incidents in the locality, which is already a busy thoroughfare road to and from the city centre and the train station, and is populated with many licensed premises, all varying from pubs, off licenses and late night refreshment venues. Paragraph 3.1.2 of the Brighton and Hove City Council 2021 Statement of Licensing Policy states that the licensing authority, after careful consideration, has determined that the concentration of licensed premises in an area of the city is causing problems of crime and disorder. So in accordance with the Statement of Licensing Policy, this application would be a no. While Sussex Police acknowledge that the premises application is not asking for the sale of alcohol, offering food and drink into the early hours encourages persons who may be under the influence of alcohol or drugs to remain in the area, which has a number of residential flats and properties. This increases the risk of crime and disorder, antisocial behaviour and public nuisance in an area that is already evidenced as problematic. The premises lies within what was the Regency Ward, which within the Brighton and Hove Public Health Framework for assessing alcohol licensing, and it is ranked number 1 for all injury violence, all violence against the person and sexual offences. Additionally, it is ranked number 2 for police recorded alcohol related incidents, demonstrating the higher risk to the licensing objective of the prevention of crime and disorder in this area. Sussex Police are aware that the applicant has previously submitted 2 applications for a premises licence at this address. Both have been previously refused, and Sussex Police are concerned how this application has been submitted so quickly, less than 24 hours following the last panel decision. Changes which would provide confidence to Sussex Police could not have taken place within this 24 hours. The applicant was advised in the second panel hearing to consider pre-consulting with Sussex Police and was advised to have a meeting with the licensing team to discuss concerns. The applicant did not pre-consult with the police before this application was submitted. In the application, the applicant states the premises is a restaurant. However, again, the confusion remains that from midnight, the applicant has offered no dining in facilities, and from midnight until 5 AM will be operating as deliveries and collection services throughout, which is the majority of the licensable hours. If no dining facility is offered, Sussex Police believe this premises will be trading as a takeaway, as all of the food ordered will be collected and eaten away from the premises, which is likely to see persons collecting and eating their food in public spaces, again leading to congregation along Queen's Road. Due to this confusion, Sussex Police Licensing offered a meeting to the applicant, and in this meeting it was confirmed that he would like to stick with the application and trade as a restaurant until midnight, with takeaway and delivery services until 5 AM. Sussex Police have little confidence in the applicant and fear should a licence be granted until 5 AM every day, which is now a later time again than previously applied for in the previous applications, Sussex Police would see an increase in crime and disorder as the applicant would not be able to operate knowledgeably. On the 1st of August 2025 at 23:35, the licensing team visited Station Grill to find the premises open and trading. Sussex Police submitted 2 documents as an addendum, which I hope the panel have seen and read. However, we do have concerns that the premises is trading past 2300 as contact has been received by anonymous residents who submitted the photos to police licensing. Please note the photos were also sent as a separate addendum. As previously mentioned, the police had a meeting with the applicant. This took place on the 6th of August 2025. However, I am unable to discuss this further as the applicant has made a complaint against this meeting, and it should now be noted that public complaints are dealt with under Schedule 3 of the Police Reform Act, which the police have a process they must follow and a dedicated team to ensure high levels of public trust and confidence. So although we are unable to support this application, we are now seeking refusal for a 3rd time due to the lack of confidence in the applicant and inability to work with him and reasons I have mentioned. So if the licensing panel are minded to grant this application at hearing, Sussex Police have put forward conditions and asked that these conditions are added to the premises licence, taking in the account that the request of the premises trades only for deliveries from midnight until 2 AM. The conditions being offered unfortunately do not mitigate fully the risk should the premises trade until 5 AM. They go some way to reduce incidents occurring within the premises itself, but there are no conditions that can address the risks once customers have departed. The risks of them becoming a victim of crime or them partaking in criminal activity is one that would need to be dealt with by the emergency services. Or if public nuisance occurs, this will then be for the environmental officers to pick up. Therefore, Sussex Police invite the licensing authority to seriously consider refusing this application. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Hannah. Alex, would you like? You've had your hand up.
I have.
Yeah, sorry, Chair. I just just to interject, if I may. I think after each person spoken, the protocol is to ask, put it out for questions to be asked.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a bit, because there's different people here, so I'm a bit confused.
No, that's fine. I just only thought I'd mention it now. And also, I think somebody else has just joined. Is it Mena as well?
Yeah.
Just to make you aware.
Okay, so basically, I'm sorry about that. It's just a bit confusing this morning, as I said, because of lots of different people arriving. Would it, colleagues, Alison or John, would you like to ask anything of Alex?
Not for me, thanks.
No, I'm all right for the minute, thank you.
No questions from me either. Sorry about that. Thank you.
That's okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Baha, this has to be a procedural question.
Yes, the question. Would you like the question is for Alex and Hannah, please? Can I ask, because I didn't ask Alex?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Bahar.
Yeah, hi. I'm just calling. I'm just asking. Regarding you mentioned in your representation now about exceptional circumstances. So in paragraph 3.1.9 from the special policy, the 6th line, could you please read this, the last sentence of the 6th line?
The number, please.
Yeah, sorry, can you just quote the number again, did you say?
3.1.9 from the special policy.
3.19.
Yeah, 3.1.9 for the special policy.
Bear me a second. Yeah, so it's a fact that a premises is exceptionally well managed with a well managed.
No, the sentence before it, please, the sentence before it.
So the one that begins, for example.
A small, yes, for example, a small.
Yeah, so for example, while a large nightclub or high capacity public house might add a problem of cumulative impact, a small restaurant, theatre or live music venue where alcohol is not the primary activity may be considered exceptional circumstances.
Yes, please. So I've already submitted that in my application, confirming that we are a small restaurant, which
Baha, sorry, you're not asking a question here. You're actually putting your case forward. Could you wait until it's your turn, please, to put your case forward?
Okay, no problem. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Question for Hannah, please. Question for Hannah, please.
Yeah, as long as it's not doing the same thing.
No, not the same thing. Okay. Good morning, Hannah. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Sorry, I was still on mute, Baha.
No problem. I have just comments about what you have said now. You mentioned the crime data, which is too many of them, as you said. Is it related to me or not? A simple question, yes or not? Yes or no?
Well, it's associated to the road. So if your premises is along that road.
The question is for me. Is it related to me or not? This is the
Unfortunately, I can't evidence that right now.
Okay, is it related to the shop or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Simple answer.
Baha, I'm sorry. I don't think this is appropriate at the moment. I think if you wanted to put this forward in your... I don't.
She submitted a representation again, accusing for something and relying on something.
I'm sorry, Baha. You need to put this forward in your representations rather than.
But I have the right to ask here because.
Yes, you did, but I think you are asking a question that you think you know the answer to. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to ask you to please. Sorry. I've got two people. Simon, would you like to come in, please, and then Emily.
Certainly. I think what Bahar is asking, and please correct me, Mr. Bahar, if I'm wrong on this, is there any proven associated crime and disorder linked specifically to the property rather than the general area?
Yes, or to myself, yes.
So, Baha, there's no crime associated to yourself. The crime statistics that I read out today are linked to the crimes that have occurred along Queen's Road.
Perfect. So you confirmed that it's not related to me and to the shop. Perfect. Thank you. And the other one, you said that in your letter, 1 second, please. In your letter said that the applicant was advised in the second panel hearing to consider pre-consulting with Sussex Police. Yeah? So the date of the hearing was 16th of June. So how did you know that on 16th of June that I'm going to apply again? Or how did you know the decision of the hearing while we are in the hearing? So that the decision was on 26. So did you read my mind that on 27, after 10 days, the panel will refuse, so I have to pre-consult before submitting a new application? So
No, Baha. It's our standard advice to every unlicensed premises or any licensed premises that would like to submit a variation. We suggest that they come and pre-consult with us. So it's not reading your mind. It wasn't saying that you were going to put in a third application. It was just advice.
Yes, perfect. It's advice, but you didn't say that. You said that. When a meeting will be conducted between the license team and the applicant, you didn't advise me to pre-consult first. You said that, and you said definitely that to discuss the issues and the court proceedings. You didn't say that pre-consult, and you can see it on the online broadcast anyway. So why did you say that you advised me to pre-consult? That's a question.
But Baha, this is your third application, so my advice to you would always be to pre-consult. And I also suggest.
But you didn't say that.
Sorry, Mr. Baha, can you let
Okay.
Hannah finish her answer before you put
Please
another
let her
question?
finish.
Sorry, yes, go ahead.
The advice to pre-consult, or you should have pre-consulted, is guidance to advise you to pre-consult with us before submitting an application, and that's all I can offer to you, Baha. Is that my advice to you before any application is to pre-consult with us. I hope that helps.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Dang. Oh. Oh, what's happened? Everybody's gone. Oh no, I'm lost on time.
I'm still here. I think it's Baha's disappeared.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, Julie, you haven't lost everybody else. We're all here. It's Baha who appears to have dropped off.
It's just I've had this problem the last two panels where I've had to dash into the town hall. Yeah. Okay. So who else have we lost? Have we lost anybody else? No, it's just Baha. Yeah. I just wondered whether if Sean has got his details, could you perhaps message him and say, "Are you there?"
Yeah, I've just resent the invite just so that he's got it at the top of his emails.
Yeah, thank you.
That's it. That's all I have.
Oh, here we are. He's coming back.
Hello?
Yes,
hello?
we've got you back. We've got you back, yes.
So sorry, I missed connection. I don't know what happened. Sorry for that.
That's okay. I think we were you were in the middle of asking another question of Hannah. Is it something you still want to?
Yes, please. Sorry for that. Yes, please. Hi, Hannah.
Hello.
Hi, Hannah. Yeah, I'm just asking because you mentioned that there is a photos you submitted as a addendum. So the question here, was it taken by a verified device or did you verify it before submitting?
The photos were received to Sussex Police Licensing via email. The device has not been verified. However, I have submitted the photos for a concerned resident, as I promised them I would do.
Perfect. So it's not verified and you didn't verify the photos. So are you going to rely it as an evidence in this hearing?
how do you want me to verify them? They look
No, it's a
genuine.
simple question: verify it or not. If not, are you going to relying it as an evidence in the hearing?
Well, I have submitted them so that the panel are aware that there is a resident out there.
Okay.
I don't understand how you wanted me to verify them. The
No,
date is on them.
the question here, you accused me for something, and you didn't even verify the anonymous person, or didn't even take the picture from a verified device. So both of that, as a police officer, because you're accusing somebody for something wrong, so I think the professional way to submit something, a real evidence that was verified by the police or by any other devices, because this way will impact on my reputation before the panel. You submitted something
But
with no...
Baha, can I just interrupt you there for a second, please? I've
Sorry.
got on Andre from the police who would like to say something.
Okay, no problem. Yes.
I just wanted to interject slightly because this is getting quite combative. Hannah has answered the question. The footage was received by Sussex Police. It was added into the paperwork for this hearing. That is the end of the story.
Yeah, I think we need to move on now.
Okay,
I think we've
perfect,
got
no problem.
Yeah. Well, I think we've got somebody else who wants to come in. I'll admit them. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Now, with any other questions from any, we've had questions. Okay. Oh, sorry, there's another person wanting to come in. Sorry. It keeps popping up. Okay,
it's
now
it's 41 person supporting us, so definitely a lot of them.
Sorry. Baha, this is not your time to speak. We're trying to move on. Alison.
I just wondered if we were going to we were talking.
Yes.
Can we have a time frame and a spokesperson?
Yes. I think at the time we there were only 2 people who had arrived, and a lot of people are arriving half an hour late to the panel. And I would just like to say that we can only we have to stop this before 1 o'clock, by 1 o'clock at the very latest. So I can see that there are quite a lot of people who suddenly come into the room, the virtual room. If you wanted to speak, we don't think we have time for everybody to speak. So we would rather you decided amongst yourselves to have a spokesperson. And I think the thing is, if we allowed everybody time to speak, we could be here until mid-afternoon, and not all of us have got other things after 1 o'clock. And in the bearing in mind that most of the letters of support are virtually identical, we're not certain that this is going to add anything to Baha's case by having everybody repeating what they've already said in their letters. So could one of you agree to speak on behalf and say that you are speaking on behalf of all of the others?
Okay, I don't mind, no problem.
Yeah, do we think we need to take a 5-minute break to allow for what, given that we're having people coming in constantly over the last sort of 10 minutes, do you think we could have a 5-minute break so that those people can confer and decide who's going to be his spokesperson? Simon.
On a very practical note, wondering whether the officers and the police should withdraw, and then that will leave Mr. Baha with his support group to decide if they want to and whom will be their spokesperson.
That's a good idea. Is that okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Emily,
yes.
thanks for that,
yes,
Simon.
fine.
Okay.
So should we all withdraw, say, until 1:45?
Yep, 11:45. That's great. Thank you.
Is that okay with you, Mr. Baha? Then you have the chance. You have a good 10 minutes to have a chat with the people who've made reps on your behalf.
No problem. I can ask them to let, for example, Mr. Richard Scudder to speak. No problem. I don't mind. And I think they as a supporter, so they will agree, hopefully.
Okay, well, Mr. Bahar, why don't we all withdraw for now? We'll all reconvene at 1:45, and then Mr. Scudder and Mr. Mohammed and anybody else can have a conversation then about who is going to be the sole rep, if that's what they want. If they don't want to be a sole rep, then we just need to work out the timings of things.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
earlier today, and this is the first opportunity I've had to dive in.
No problem, no problem. Are we expecting anybody else? Have we got John?
Everyone from Sussex Police is here now.
Okay. Who are we missing? We're missing Simon and John. Simon's back.
That's not in yet.
And Alison. Hannah.
Chair, we're missing Hannah at the moment. Apologies.
Oh, she's just come back in.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
come.
Yeah, John's just come back in.
Sorry, I'm here.
No, probably. It's literally just turned 10:45. Who else are we missing? We've got Alison. Oh, we haven't got Alison.
We're missing Alex and Sarah.
Yeah, and Alison. I'll just check, see if Alison's messaged me at all. Oh, there's Alex. Well, okay. I think Alison's not. I think she's coming in on from not from her home, so she might be having problems getting back online or getting back into the meeting. So we need to give her a few seconds. Oh, hang on, who have we got over here? Hi, Alison. Welcome back. Okay, now where were we? Now I think it's time now for Simon can correct me if I'm wrong, to hand over to the licensing authority to make their representations.
Sorry, Chair, that depends on whether Mr. Baha has finished asking questions.
Oh, right, yes. Have you finished your questions? Yeah. So I think we got to the stage where we noticed all these extra people were coming in. So, yeah, but have you finished asking your questions of the police?
Yeah, but the Miss Police Officer Hannah didn't answer me for that question.
Could you just remind us what the question was, Mr. Baha, for the sake of transparency?
Okay. Hi, Hannah. I was asking about the crime data you mentioned and the photo you submitted. So you said that the photo was not verified by you or by any other devices, and also although it is not verified, you are not sure if it's fake or original. You still want to submit it to rely on it as an evidence.
Yeah, sorry, Baha, I'm just going to ask Andre to come back in on this, please.
I think we're going over the question, which, as was said, the photograph has been submitted. The panel, I believe, are aware of where it's come from, i.e. that it's from an anonymous source, and the panel, I would imagine, would have the ability to make their own decision in relation to that. And that is, we can't answer any more. I mean, I don't really get the line of the questioning.
Perfect.
Simon, would you like to come in, please, as our legal advisor?
Yeah, certainly. So I think Mr. Baha has made his point that this is not, as it were, a criminal chain of causation of evidence where you have to make sure that the videos, etc., have been presented in a certain way. But this is not a criminal tribunal, and it will be a matter at the end of the day for the panel to decide. It is hearsay, sorry, I should say. There is no name, no address, nothing that's attached to it. It will be a matter for the panel, if they consider it relevant at all, to decide what weight they'll give to those photographs having been put in. But I think the very fact that they have been put in already indicates that the police do want them to be in the paperwork.
Perfect.
Thank you, Simon. Baha.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Simon. But I've already said that because I've also get an anonymous email with another photo with the same time, same date, but I was closed, and I sent it to you for my document in the morning today. So which one is correct? The one that I've received that I was closed, or the one you received that I was open?
Sorry, who did you send it to?
I've sent to the whole party, to police license, to the committee, to the EHL, to all of them, all of you. So the
No,
last,
I haven't got it. No, I haven't got it.
it's a
I haven't got
reply.
it.
It's a PDF document. The last picture, the last page number 14.
I haven't got it. I don't know if anybody else has. I certainly haven't got it. Simon, can I just ask you again to advise us on the legal side of things?
I would suggest that perhaps Alex sees what has been sent in to him, and then if that photograph has been sent in, it's a matter for the panel to decide whether you accept evidence after the panel has already started. But it may be that, as on the principles of fair justice, that you'll want to have a look at that one. But we don't know because we haven't got it here at the moment. So it seems to me that Alex would be the person to go and try and find it.
Emily Fountain has received it, and Hannah Staplehurst has received it as well, and Sarah Cornell has received it. All of them I have received it in the morning today.
Chair, if I could just interject here.
Yes,
I'm just
Alex,
looking,
sorry,
just looking at what Bahar's talking about. I think what he's referring to an email that he sent in at 9:13 this morning, which is sort of 12, 13 pages long. So it hasn't had sufficient time for obviously everybody that needs to look at it to review that. So I'd obviously take Simon's advice on that, but I don't know if the panel would need time to obviously look that over before it's sort of discussed, or if it's too late.
Can I just thank you, Alex. It certainly didn't come to us as panel members. Can I just ask Simon, is it essential for us to see these photographs side by side in order for us to make a decision on the licensing aspects of this application, which is what we're here to do?
I would say yes, Chair, and I would say it's in the interest of natural justice that if there is a photograph, and of course I haven't seen it either, which purportedly disproves something else that's before you in evidence, as long as you take it in the same form that the police one is being presented, which is hearsay evidence, then yes, I would say we probably have to have it present.
Okay, so that means that we've got to adjourn again to look through what's it, 16-page document, did you say, Alex? Yeah.
Yes, I believe it is. So I was just looking at the page. I believe it's up to 16. We're just going to send it over to Sean to pass on to members.
Okay. Do we need to take a break now? Once we've got just.
Yeah, I would suggest so. Obviously, with Simon's advice on that, but that would be my my recommendation.
Yeah, one of the things I'd like to remind everybody is that we have to finish by 1 o'clock due to other people's some of us have got other commitments. So should we go back into the pre-meet?
Is that to review the photograph?
Yeah, I think that's probably an idea. So if the three of us, Sean and Simon, can go back into the pre-meet room.
Could I just explain to Mr. Bahar what that means is that as the legal advisor and Sean's the rep from Democratic Services, so none of the other parties will be present, neither your supporters, the police, the licensing officers, it's just myself, the councillors and Sean.
Okay, no problem. Yes. Okay. I've sent the PDF. It's 14 page to all of parties, so you can.
Okay. Okay, Alison.
Could I just ask Sean to send me a link, because for some reason my Teams links seem to be disappearing. So if you could send me another link, Sean, to the pre-meet, that would be really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, no problem. Thank you.
Okay, shall we say, Chair, that we'll reconvene? by, if possible, 10 past, or until the point that you just trigger it coming back?
Okay, until the point we decide we're coming back, yeah. So we'll leave this room and go
have all of your reps present, and particularly there's a point with regards to Mr. Scudder that I just need to raise, and I'd like him to be present before I do. It's nothing sinister, Mr. Bahar. It's just that one of the councillors knows him very well.
Sorry, I didn't get your point, Mr. Simon. Sorry.
You have a rep, Mr. Scudder,
Yeah.
who I think is the person that you're going to ask to speak on behalf of the people in support of yourself.
Yes.
Councillor Thompson knows him on a personal level and has done for some time, and describes her relationship with him as good friends.
Simon, I have to interrupt you, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
The webcast has only just started because I was just asking them to restart it, and you were talking when I joined the meeting, so I'm afraid you're going to have to say that again, just so we know that it's on the webcast. I'm terribly sorry.
No, absolutely fine, Sean. No problem.
Thank you very much. If you wouldn't mind starting again, thank you.
I will. I'm sorry, Mr. Bahar, that I'm repeating myself. So one of your representative, or one of your reps, people who's speaking on your behalf, is Mr. Scudder. Mr. Scudder is known to Councillor Thompson on a personal level. So to avoid there being any suggestion that there's any inappropriate, we need to raise that both with you and Mr. Scudder in open.
Yes, Mr. Scudder called me now saying that apologize because he has to go to the work, so he can't continue the meeting till 1 o'clock. So he apologized for continuing attending the meeting.
Okay. Well, it makes so Councillor Thompson was confident that it made no difference to her decision making, the fact that she knew one of the reps. It's more a question for yourself whether you have any concerns at all that there is a social relationship between Councillor Thompson and Mr. Scudder.
I didn't know that there is anything, but I don't mind anything, no problem. So
Okay.
Anyway, he left the meeting, so no problem.
Okay, well that takes us to the second point then, which is the timings here. We're already at 11:15. You've heard that we're time limited to 1 o'clock. Now, we should be able to get through the licensing authorities reps, I would imagine, fairly shortly. By the time we've done that, then we've got the questions to be asked backwards and forwards. We are getting quite concerned about whether we're going to get everything finished by 1 o'clock. If we don't, that's fine. We can adjourn off and find another period of time. But you generally would only adjourn off at an appropriate point. So what we don't want to do is to rush through your evidence and those of your representatives. So it might be that if you don't feel that you're... So my question, sorry, Mr. Bahar, is do you have any idea how long you think you might be?
No, but if we couldn't finish, yeah, I prefer, please, if we can have another time to continue, because it is very serious matter for me, so I don't want to rush it.
Okay, so then what we have left is working out whether somebody from your side is going to speak on behalf of all of the people who've made representations, or we're now going to have multiple people. Have you got any idea about that at all, Mr. Bahar?
I've tried to contact them, but because I don't know them personally, so I can't reach them and speak with them who can nominate who. So I think we may. Yeah.
Didn't you put something in the chat? Didn't you put something in the chat, Bahar? Yeah.
Yes, I've sent a message to them in the chat. Please nominate someone. But I'm not sure if they know each other or not. I'm not sure because I don't know them personally.
Okay. Well, at the moment we only have two people here as I'm looking at the screen, Zagam and Amir El Gahi. So two people probably won't take up much time for the panel. It's only if there are any other people then who want to come in afterwards.
Okay, no problem. You can just take one or two from them, no problem.
Okay.
As much as they want, no problem.
Okay, Mr. Bahar, so we might have to revisit this depending on, and I'm very conscious I'm spending time here, but we might have to revisit this depending on how the timings operate. The third thing is the photographs. So I've now seen the photographs, and I'm going to share them so that they're there for the webcast, so that everybody has access to them. And the chair has agreed that these photographs should be put forward in order to give you rebuttal around the excuse me, about the photographs that the police have supplied, but it will then lead to some questions initially being asked of the police, and then latterly during your bit there'll be questions to be asked around you as well, if that's okay for you to proceed.
No problem.
Yeah, okay. So, Chair, am I okay to share these photographs now? Right. I'm not sure what you're seeing. Are you seeing a photograph, or are you seeing my notes on the
You've seen the policy,
Yeah,
like a matrix.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing and try and share again, because hopefully it will be this one this time.
Yes, I can see the photos.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Fantastic. My apologies for that. So I'm aware, just so you know, that we raised in closed session some concerns about the top photograph matching up in terms of time with the bottom photograph. Chair, do you want me to explain what those concerns are, or would you like those to be raised as part of questioning?
I think it would be very helpful if you raise those concerns. Thank you, Simon.
So, Mr. Bahar, the first photograph is the photograph that you produced, and the concern is that appears to be a photograph taken in broad daylight, not at night, which causes some confusion as to how they can both have been taken at the same time. And also latterly, if you'll notice on the right-hand side, there is some scaffolding there that doesn't appear to be in the matching photograph, albeit taken at night. But if you look at the photograph below left-hand side, there doesn't appear to be any scaffolding on any of those photographs. Unless I've got it horribly wrong, which I may well have done.
No. You are correct. I'm not sure who sent it, and I'm not sure if it's correct or fake. The question here, or the evidence that the one that was provided by the police, she is not sure that it is fake or original. So as the same question for me as well, I don't know if it is sure, if it's I'm not sure if it's fake or original. That's the question. The police couldn't verify it or take it through a verified device, or from a verified person, or anything. Me too as well. I couldn't. The aim of this is to illustrate that the competitor, or anyone who doesn't like us, can fake a photo, can make a photo fake through Photoshop, and send them.
Sorry, can I just interrupt you? Are you saying that you submitted this photograph as a demonstration that photographs could be? So why did you put this photograph in to counter the police's evidence that they have received? So you can't verify that photograph either.
No, what I'm saying.
Okay,
that
so
I can't verify this photo.
Sorry, Bahar, can I just say, given that, I'm just going to ask Simon for his advice. Shall we say that none of these photographs should be considered? If Bahar can't say that the photograph he submitted, saying that the police's ones were incorrect, none of them can be verified. None of them have been verified. So what do we do? And I've now got Andre, but I'm bearing in mind that I've just asked for legal advice. Could Simon answer first?
I can, and I'm afraid I'm going to give you something of a lawyer's answer to that, which is
okay. That's what you are. You're a lawyer, you know.
I'm afraid so. So the police have submitted them. I think I will advise you they're hearsay because you don't have any named person attached to them.
Absolutely, yeah. In
the interests of justice, Mr. Bahar has submitted his own photograph for the reasons that he's given. So I think you can take. You have to accept that they are now part of the evidence, but it's entirely a matter for you as to what weight, if any at all. You can simply decide that you don't want to give either of them weight because they contradict each other. It's a matter for you to decide what weight you then give to those photographs. They're there, they're in the block, they're in the pack of papers. I don't think you can ignore the fact that they're there now, but it's a matter for you to determine in all the circumstances whether you consider them relevant or not.
Okay, Andre.
Thank you, Chair. Just for clarification.
Thank you, Simon. Yeah.
In relation to the photograph that we've submitted, the fact that we haven't provided details for the person that provided the photo is more because the person wants to remain anonymous in relation to this panel. It's not that this person has not, it's been provided to us anonymously, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I
so we
understand.
received
Okay.
that from a person, but it's anonymous because they don't want to give their details.
I think we've got to the stage where we really do need to move on because of timing. Thank you very much for that explanation, Andre. And yes, that's something I think we all appreciate. But I'll just allow you one more time to say something because we really must move on. Otherwise, we'll have to adjourn this panel to another day.
Okay, perfect.
Which could be weeks because some of us are going on holiday.
Okay, no problem. I just want to confirm that because the police didn't confirm that it's true or not. Either me too, because the dates are different and there is something in the future even, so I can't verify if it's true or not, and they as well the same. So this is the first thing. The second thing, I'm just asking Hannah to answer the question because she didn't answer. So
yeah, I think we've moved on from that now.
Okay,
I think
so
we really have moved on, especially since you have just now submitted a photograph to us, which you can't verify either. So it kind of, and as Simon has advised us, we have to decide whether we can take these into consideration or not. So
okay,
I think
the last part of my question is for Hannah, please. Are you there?
Yes, she was
Hi,
there.
Baha.
Yeah, hi Hannah. I'm just confirming that because you said that the crimes that you provided is not related to me and not related to the shop. So the question here, as per your letter, that this crime data is belong to others or to ongoing matter or historical matter. So does it make sense to not penalize the root of the problem, which are causing these crimes and data, which are premises already do sell alcohol, and still you are allowing them to do the trading? Does it make sense to punish the new applicant, which is myself, to refute the application due to third-party action? Does it make sense? I can't understand this approach. The logic is to tackle these premises that are related to the crimes who sell alcohol, and tackle them in their license, tackle them in restrictions, conditions, not just prevent new applicants, which is not linked at all to these crimes. And especially we are selling only food, not alcohol at all, which is definitely not related to previous or even future crime data. So can you please give answer for that, please?
Yes, Baha. Firstly, it's not a punishment. I need to make that clear. And secondly, the crime statistics that I gave aren't potentially necessarily linked to any premises that's selling alcohol. It's linked to that area. You are in the cumulative impact area. You are on Queen's Road. So the crimes that I've read, the statistics that I've had are crimes that happened along those roads. So if we encourage persons to congregate in this area or stay later in this area, it is likely to increase those statistics. So it is a cumulative impact, which is what Sussex Police are raising to the panel in regards to the crime and disorder statistics.
Perfect. But if I'm going to do a robust security measures and my premises is an exceptional circumstances and should be part.
Sorry, Baha, can I just? This what you're really doing now. What you need to be doing is to save all this for when you have your turn. Please. We are running out of time, and I'm getting very worried about the fact that we might have to end up sort of adjourning this for another time. And I'm
happy if you can do that. I'm happy, no problem.
Well, not all of us. Yeah, but then that depends on very much the availability of everybody else. But at the moment, what you're doing is not you're putting forward your case in by speaking to Hannah, what you're not doing is waiting for your turn to put your comments forward as everybody else has. So if you could just leave it now so we can carry on with the licensing authority, and then come on to you after questions. Alison.
Sorry, Chair, I was just asking Simon to stop sharing his screen, and he's just done that, so all good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now I'm sorry to have to rush everybody, but we are really time conscious today. Could we now move on to licensing authority? Thank you. Whoever's going to speak on behalf of the licensing authority, which I see is Emily.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I've made a representation on behalf of the Council's licensing team in their capacity as a responsible authority in relation to this application for a new premises licence for late night refreshment. A copy of this representation can be seen in Appendix C from page 61 of the papers. This representation is made as the licensing authority have concerns that the application could have a negative impact on the licensing objectives of the prevention of crime and disorder and the prevention of public nuisance. I also refer to the special policy on cumulative impact contained within the Council's statement of licensing policy. I will try not to repeat what's already been said. This premises falls within the licensing authority's cumulative impact area, which was adopted to give greater power to control the number of licensed premises within the city centre. The policy was introduced because the licensing authority determined that the concentration of licensed premises and subsequent numbers of people drawn into the city centre is causing exceptional problems of crime and disorder and public nuisance. Guidance issued under Section 102 of the Licensing Act states that applicants are expected to include positive proposals in their application on how they will manage any potential risks where specific policies apply in the area, for example, cumulative impact. Applicants are also expected to demonstrate an understanding of how the policy impacts on their application, any measures they will take to mitigate the impact, and why they consider the application should be an exception to policy. I acknowledge that the applicant has submitted extensive documentation as to why they consider their application to be exceptional. In addition, that the applicant has offered some positive conditions to mitigate risk, including BCRP membership, staff training, SIA risk assessment, and has trained as an SIA. I also acknowledge that each application is to be considered on its own merits. However, as this is the third time that the applicant has applied for a late night takeaway in the CIZ in under a year, the following are cause for concern. The application is for a considerably later time than previous ones, 2300 to 0500. It's still unclear that the applicant properly appreciates what the policy means in terms of cumulative impact, or that not selling alcohol is not an exceptional circumstance in the context of applying for a late night refreshment licence. The application is also still unclear as to how members of the public, for example, passers-by the premises, will be able to place orders for takeaway and collection. The fact that the applicant calls himself a small restaurant, our interpretation of this is different from his. The premises presents itself as a takeaway, in our opinion, but it would be for the panel to decide. Licensing guidance states at 14.21, in some areas where the number, type or density of licensed premises, such as those selling alcohol or providing late night refreshment, is high or exceptional, serious problems of nuisance and disorder may arise outside of some distance from those premises. Such problems generally occur as a result of large numbers of drinkers being concentrated in an area, for example, when leaving premises at peak times or when queuing at fast food outlets or for public transport. The guidance goes on to say queuing in itself may lead to conflict, disorder and antisocial behaviour.
One second, please.
It is also.
Sorry, Mr. Bahar, can you wait, please, until
because I didn't receive this from her before. So this what she is reading. I didn't receive it.
It's in the licensing act. It's in the guidance for the licensing act.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are providing your representation, but you shouldn't say a new thing. You should let me know what you sent and read what you sent, because you are saying something new I didn't know about it.
So I don't think this is happening. I don't think this is what's happening. Simon, could you just please clarify? I think we're going to have to adjourn. I'm sorry. This is getting to be
okay,
a bit silly.
So, Mr. Bahar, the decision that the panel today is making is surrounded by the Licensing Act and by the guidance. The guidance is freely available information which is out there on the internet, and all that is happening here is that a quote is being made from the guidance as it specifically relates to your type of application. So this isn't anything new. It's something that's been in the guidance since the last revision, and unfortunately I don't know when the last iteration of it was, but for many, many years these are the sorts of things and are based on a national approach from central government.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand this, Mr. Simon, but they shouldn't put a new representation in the hearing. They should send me a copy for what they are going to say, to understand what they are going to say. Don't surprise me with something new during the hearing, please.
This, I think, goes to pre-prepared matters. So this is about having read the guidance, the legislation, and all of those other matters. Had you read the guidance, then this information would have been available for you.
So why she didn't send it to me before? If it's general.
That's not how we do it. I mean, it's like you haven't sent us a copy of what you're going to say, and Hannah didn't send us. It's the statement that you make at the time, not. They don't need to be sent in advance.
I think the legal advisor can correct me for that if I need to have anything should be said during the hearing or not. I think so.
I think where you have the guidance, that is a publicly available document. It is part of the requirements that the licensing authority have to look at that guidance as part of their decision making. This is something that you should have access to in advance, as in you can go and read it yourself. All she's doing is quoting out of guidance that's publicly available. I don't think that there is an issue with that being quoted at this stage.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Simon. Thank you.
If memory serves, it is very similar to the guidance that was supplied at the two previous hearings. So it isn't really. It should. I'm surprised that you are finding it something new, because it isn't. It's something that is you would have heard twice before. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Shall I? I've got a little bit more to say.
Yeah, Emily, just go ahead. Yeah.
I won't be long.
No.
And I just wanted to also highlight that it's concerning that we now have information from council and police licensing officers that the premises was trading after 2300 on the 1st of August without a late night refreshment licence. And this is all in the addendums, which has been circulated to everybody, including Baha. And the I believe that there is a table and chairs, a pavement licence for Queen's Road for Station Grill, and that the terminal hour for that pavement licence is 2300, and the tables and chairs were still outside the premises when it was visited on the 1st of August at 23:35. I believe that granting this application will likely add to the additional burdens and problems to the already challenging area, especially if customers are collecting orders from the premises and deliveries are taking place between midnight and 0500. I therefore wish to bring the application to the attention of the panel so that they can question the applicant further and decide whether this application constitutes exceptional circumstances to depart from the policy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emily. Okay, colleagues, Alison and John, are there any questions?
Yeah, I've got one, please. Yeah, thanks, Emily.
Yeah.
You mentioned in your talk that there's a difference in opinion about whether the premises is a small restaurant or a takeaway. It would be helpful if you're able to provide us with the policy definition, just to refresh us and have that so it's fresh in our minds, please.
I don't believe, and I might ask Sarah to correct me, but I don't believe there is a definition of late night refreshment in the policy.
I meant between the difference between what is a takeaway establishment and what is yeah, absolutely. So I think the police sort of said that earlier. So basically, this application is for dining until midnight, and then it is for takeaway. So it's deliveries and collections. So it's
Okay. Thank you very much, Simon.
Just to assist Councillor Hewitt, it is possible for it to be both at the same time, a restaurant and a takeaway. One of the things that came out of COVID and all of those sorts of things was that people were finding that the restaurant by itself wasn't funding themselves, so have taken to takeaways. But then we get into a slightly more confused definition, of which there isn't one. What is takeaway? Is it delivery, as in Deliveroo, other clearly providers are available? Or are we talking specifically about on-street purchases, the people who are walking past and walking in? That's a matter for you if you're minded to grant a license to make provisions around any one of those three different. I'm calling them three different, but they will blend into one another. It's not for me to predetermine, but if you were to make a license, you could, for instance, allow people to be in the restaurant element till 12 o'clock, because that's what the matrix says. To go beyond 12 o'clock would have to be something more. You could allow collection and delivery by Deliveroo and others, or you could allow him to take away by allowing people off the street, or ban any element of those particular ones. So does that help at all? I'm not sure.
No, it really does. No, thank you. Thank you both for that.
Thank you very much, Alison.
I just had one question, and because the new paperwork that we've received, just now, I'm just confused about the timings, because the previous applications have been till 3 o'clock and they've been turned down. Is that right? And now we've got an application for 5 o'clock, but the papers we've just been sent say that he would be happy to do 1 o'clock. I don't know. Is that I'm just a bit confused by all of that. Emily, have you got any light you can shed?
I mean, I think probably that's a question for Baha in terms of what he wants to apply for.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yeah. Baha, you have a question for Emily, but can you please make it a question about, not sort of try and put your views forward again, because we are going to give you time to put your views forward and put your case forward. And I'm just concerned that each time you've been asking questions, you have been putting your case forward rather than actually asking a question.
Okay, can I ask the question first and answer Mrs. Thompson question later?
Sorry, yeah, please answer it later, Baha.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, Miss Emily, please, you said that exceptional circumstances, which is selling alcohol is not exceptional circumstances, as you said, yeah? So as I read the paragraph, 1 second. Oh yes, okay, that's fine. Is not you said that is I understand. I appreciate that it's not selling alcohol by itself, but the statement of licensing policy mentioned that small restaurants without where the alcohol is not the main service should be considered exceptional circumstances. So why you didn't accept it as exceptional circumstances in that case? Because I've already made the exceptional circumstances, but you appreciate that I've submitted extensive documentation to why consider the application to be exceptional circumstances. On the same time, you said that the matrix clearly showed that night takeaway in CI zone shouldn't be granted. If I am exceptional circumstances and should be departed from the matrix approach and from the statement of licensing policy, so you still say it is not exceptional circumstance at the same time. So I'm confused.
Yeah, sorry, can I just say something there? It's actually down to us as a panel to decide. I mean, Emily is putting forward her as an officer. She is putting forward what this policy and the matrix says. It's up to us as a panel to decide what the exception, whether you have approved demonstrated exceptional circumstances.
Perfect. Even if
Okay.
she is a licensing team who is responsible for issuing the license.
No, she doesn't issue the licensing. We as a panel, we are the ones that say yes or no.
So sorry, not issue the license. Who represent against the license?
Yeah, she's presenting her case in the same way as you will be presenting yours.
Okay, no problem. The other one, I think Mr. Simon answered it regarding the takeaway or delivery or collection, because this is a planning matter. This one is this hearing decision for premises license only, not for planning issue.
Yeah, we are aware of that. We are aware of that. He was just explaining a little bit of background for to assist you.
Yeah,
Simon, would you like to? Sorry, Simon, would you like to come in, please?
Sorry, Chair, is that in relation to the planning or in relation to what I said previously?
I don't know. I think you put your hand up, and I
did, Councillor Chair. So my apologies. What I was going to talk to is I didn't actually understand the question that Mr. Bahar was putting towards Emily, and was wondering if I could paraphrase it. What I understood you to be saying was the fact that you're not selling alcohol is an exceptional circumstance. Have I understood that correctly? No.
No. The fact is, it mentioned already in the statement of licensing policy is, 1 second, please, because I need to read it properly. In paragraph 3.1.9 clearly says a small restaurant, while a large, where it is, I can't see it. So it may be granted that the impact can be expected to be different for premises with different styles and characteristics. For example, while a large nightclub or high-capacity public house might add to problems of cumulative impact, a small restaurant, theater, or live music venue where alcohol is not the primary activity may be considered exceptional circumstances. So this is clear that a small restaurant with no alcohol sales doesn't add on cumulative impact.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bahar, I'm still not clear what the question is.
Yeah, the question, she already know that we are exceptional circumstances, and then in her representation said it is
sorry, Mr. Bahar, it's up to you to make this case. It's not up to you. It's not. You're not achieving anything by putting these questions to Emily. It's not her job to respond to that. She is doing her job by putting forward the council's views as a licensing authority. Can you please? I think what I'm asking you to do, please, is for you to wait until it's your turn to put your case forward. And given that it's just coming up to 11:45, I would ask, please, that you do it very succinctly, because you've already put in lots of representations that you've put your case forward, which we've read. So I think I'd like to move on now to see, are there any other questions for Emily from any of the other responsible authorities?
No, thank you, Chair.
No, okay. Okay, now, Mr. Bahar, if you would please put forward your case, and I think we really, actually, Simon, do we need to ask whether any of Bahar's supporters would like to?
I think, given that they've given up their time to be here today, and they may not be able to come back to another hearing, I think, either. I'm sorry, I don't know Amira Gari or Aya Akadi. I think they should be given, if Mr. Bahar agrees, the opportunity to make their representations. I just don't want us to run out of time and then they have to come back on another day that they can't make it.
Okay, would you like to go ahead then? Either one of you? Are you Amma or Aya? Baha, would you like to communicate with them to ask if they would like to speak? Put their cameras on and speak.
Hello. Could you please, anyone for the supporters can speak to support us, please? If you. I think because everybody has work, so I'm not sure if they are have time to work to stay or not. I'm not sure.
Did these two people send in letters on your behalf?
Yeah, all of them sent letter. Yeah, all of them sent
okay, so
to support us.
Well, we're having trouble communicating with them at the moment. I think we've given. Well, I don't know. Do we need to give a few more minutes? I think let's give it till 10 to 12.
Perhaps, Chair, what we could do is we could ask Amir or Aya to at least turn their cameras off just to show that they are here and listening. And then Ziam has just come back in again.
Okay.
So perhaps if Amir or Aya could just turn off their cameras or unmute themselves and just let us know that they're present.
Zagam, are you here? Are you here? Can you turn your camera on, please? It's proving very difficult to communicate.
It is. Perhaps they could post a message in the chat if they can hear me. I'm slightly disconcerted at this point as to whether they're just switched on and perhaps they're making a cup of tea or something, or whether there's IT problems here that means that they're not able to communicate. I think, Chair, we're going to have to assume that neither of them are able to communicate with us, and possibly they can send a message in if they can rejoin later on.
Okay, there's three people, isn't there? There's one, two, three people. Yeah. Okay. So we will now move on. It is actually your turn, Baha, to put your case forward. And as I said, I would ask you please to be as succinct as you can, given that we have heard quite a lot from you already today, and we've read your papers, because we would like to make a decision today.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to regarding section A, the police representation. First of all, just to confirm that we are happy to accept all the police proposed conditions, including mitigating the working hours, and I will leave the trading hours to be decided by the licensing panel regarding the delivery service, takeaway, or collection. The licensing panel can decide either if it will be after midnight or as per police proposed conditions or by their own decision. And this is my answer, Mrs. Thomas, Councillor Thompson, about the time. So I would like the application up to 5 a.m. However, it's up to you if you would like it to decide to mitigate the hours as per your decision for delivery or takeaway or even collection, or the police proposed condition said that it's up to midnight as dining in and then delivery. So it's up to you to decide this part. As we're struggling now financially, granting this license will not only assist in recovering from the financial challenge caused by reduced sales due to restricted hours, but also strengthen our contribution to the local community. This includes providing food to those in need and fostering economic growth by creating future employment opportunities. Mr. Simon, is it what we are saying is written down or just the webcast only?
I'm sorry, Mr. Baha, could you say again?
What we are saying, is it written down or just webcast only?
Webcast, yeah.
Yes, it's webcast, so everything is recorded and will be available in a transcript. I think I'd have to ask Sean about whether it's transcribable at the end of it? I would imagine it is.
No, we don't have a transcript. We only have the minutes, which are minimised. So actually, if you want the full wordage, you need to watch the webcast again.
So you would have to come up with your own transcript of the webcast, but it's out there for the public to be able to see.
Perfect. Okay. Now, thank you, Mr. Simon. Thank you so much. Moreover, the extended hours will enable us to cater to customers from nearby seafront attractions and Brighton train station, particularly during the holiday season and winter months when demand is typically higher. If the licensing authority is unable to grant a license for both collection and delivery, we kindly request consideration for a late night license for delivery service only after either 3 a.m., 1 a.m., or even after midnight, as proposed by the police. Condition is up to the license panel to decide. We kindly request that the licensing authority will have particular regard to the following relevant provisions of the European Convention on Human Rights, Article 1 of the first protocol, that everyone is entitled to peaceful enjoyment of his positions, including, for example, position of a license, which can include a license or economic interest. I had a meeting recorded by video at Brighton Police Station on Wednesday, the 6th of August 2025 at 10:30 a.m. with police officers Hannah Staplehurst, Inspector Ben, and Mark Thorogood, or I think Mr. Andre, I'm not sure, with two licensing officer, Emily Fountain and Miss Donna. So I asked before Mrs. Hannah to provide us with this footage in full to show it to the panel, because there is a concern issue raised.
Sorry, Bahar. Sorry, Bahar, I'm going to have to ask you to stop there, because this is what you're saying isn't anything to do with this licensing panel. This is to do with something that you have an issue with the police. I'll let Hannah respond to that.
No, but I think it is related to this
this
application. Sorry.
No, can you let Hannah please say what she wants to say?
Thank you, Chair. It's just to reiterate what I said in my speech. Because there is a live complaint against this meeting, we need to ensure that this is now dealt with under the Schedule 3 Police Reform Act. So I asked for it not to be discussed in this live licensing meeting, as it doesn't have anything to do with this application.
Yes, thank you. I recall that you said that right at the beginning. So thank you very much for reminding us of that. Thank you. So Bahar, I'm afraid there's not anything you can't say anything about that, as Hannah's just said. It's not appropriate. Have you completed your representation?
Not yet, but I've been told that nobody will agree with granting the application apart from someone in the police. So I've been told that, so I need the panel to hear about that.
No, we're here to. Sorry, Simon.
It's related to this application. Yeah, it's related to this application.
Yeah. Sorry. Can I just let Simon, our legal advisor, come in there? Sorry.
There is an ongoing, clearly we've been told, an ongoing internal investigation being conducted by the police. It's not appropriate that this be revisited in this arena, where the police are saying clearly they cannot respond back to it. And I have to question what the relevance is in a meeting from the 6th of August. It's a matter for this panel to decide exceptional circumstances, and it can't adjudicate on the dispute between Mr. Bahar and the police about what took place in a closed environment. So my advice to you at the end of this will be that we shouldn't take into account any dispute that's currently taking place between the police that's going through a complaints process. So I'm sorry, Mr. Bahar, even if you speak to this, my advice to the panel will be that it's not a relevant factor for them to consider.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sim.
Thank you.
Just to clarify SIA rule, as I am SIA licensed door supervisor, so I will focus on train the staff on conflict management and de-escalate the problems. And there will be another licensed door supervisor at busy nights. So my rule will be staff training only. I'm not going to, I will deploy another SIA door supervisor according to risk assessment outcome or busy nights like Christmas Eve, like the bride, like all of that busy nights. So there will be a SIA door supervisor. From the receiving representation, the licensing authority from the police letter saying that the licensing authority, after careful consideration, has determined that the concentration of licensed premises in an area of the city centre is causing problems of crime and disorder. In accordance with the statement of licensing policy, this application would be a no. So this is indirect discrimination according to Equality Act 2010.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bahar, and you've complained about the police introducing new material. I have not seen any reference to the Equalities Act with any of your pleadings up till now. Please correct me if I'm wrong.
What do you mean? Sorry, you didn't find the reference?
You just referenced the Equalities Act.
Yeah.
So in your submissions, you made references around Article 1 and Article 14 of the Human Rights Act. So those are before, and I will advise the bench with regards to that. Sorry, the panel with regards to that. But you just referenced the Equalities Act.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a new piece of legislation that I haven't had the opportunity to research and look at and to be able to advise on.
But I have to mention it, and then you can, if you would like, you can search about it. But I have to mention it because it's very serious.
Okay. Chair, perhaps we should give Mr. Bahar some flexibility on this, and then I'll see what I can deal with.
Well, I think in my mind is that we're dealing with this application in regard to the licensing legislation, and that if there is anything that Mr. Bahar is concerned about to do with equalities or human rights, it's something that he should be bringing up at his court appearance, or magistrate's appearance rather.
Sorry, Chair, I'm going to slightly disagree with you. The public sector equality duty, we probably have to listen to at least initially, but I will step in if I have to. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yes, because the licensing panel is similar to a court judicial system at least. So according to your letter, this statement makes a license policy indirectly discriminatory, as it is indirectly disadvantage new applicants, and this seems to favor old established business by keeping their license and allowing them to trade till 3 or 5 a.m. daily, like in case of Albion Kebab next door, 61 Queens Road, or Belgian Chip 67 Queens Road, which is my restaurant is between both of them, and these new applicants are being treated less favorably without objective justification.
Sorry, Bahar. Simon's just interjecting with a legal point here.
I do, and I apologise for interrupting you, Mr. Bahar. The Equalities Act relates to protected characteristics, not a general openness to be able to have competition between other businesses. So if you're saying that you are bringing the Equalities Act in, then you must be doing it with regards to a protected characteristic. So you need to outline to the panel where you feel, what protected characteristic you feel is being infringed.
Because we are new applicants, so new applicant is treated unfairly because we didn't have the opportunity to open the shops before coming to the UK. We didn't have this opportunity, so we are new applicants. We didn't have the opportunity to open like the already established people, and they are protected. And you didn't. You block us directly.
Sorry, Bahar. I think some of us are aware of what Simon was talking about with protected characteristics, but I think it might be a good idea for him to just quickly run through them now, if that's okay, Simon. If you got that,
certainly. So there are multiple protected characteristics, and I'm going to discount at this point a number of them, such as age, union membership, political views. So I'm assuming, Mr. Bahar, what you're saying is that because I Sorry, Mr. Bahar, just give me a second. I know nothing about your background, so I apologise if I took it. But as a migrant, I'm assuming that's what you're saying, because
Yes.
the way you just spoke, that in
Yes.
some way that you are getting less opportunity than somebody who has already been in the country for however many years it may be, or certainly prior to the CIZ, which is at least 10 years old.
Yes.
Is that your point under the Equalities
Yes.
Act?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because we didn't have the opportunity before we are a new migrant, so we don't have the opportunity like the already established business to have this advantage. So you're blocking us automatically, and they give them a high disadvantage rather than us.
Right.
And
So
for
can I just clarify with the panel, and I probably should do this at the end, but it's certainly a question that you need to respond to. Even if you're correct about there being some element of indirect discrimination, and I'm not accepting that is the case, this is a national piece of legislation. It's had equalities impact assessment. This point, to the best of my knowledge, has never been challenged before anywhere in the country. But even if you're right that in some way that there might be indirect discrimination, then you need the council can be discriminatory in certain areas around disability and age. But for the sake of the panel, we can't be discriminatory where it comes to race, religion. There is no exemption around those. So the question will then become, is this policy I'm sorry, I probably should be dealing with this at the end rather than now. This is not the appropriate time, and I do apologise, Mr. Bahar. I will come back to it at a later date.
No problem. Yes. Yes. I'm talking about the policy, not about the law. The policy is this showing a discrimination without objective justification, and the policy is applied rigidly or arbitrarily. Older license keep their hours despite causing problems of crime and disorder in general, as per your statement, but new ones are blocked automatically. For example, in case of Hope and Glory Public House Limited versus City of Westminster, 2011, courts can intervene when decision makers act unreasonably or disproportionately. Another case are on the application of LV versus Brent LBC 2004. Refusal of a license could be challenged where unfair treatment or indirect discrimination is shown. It also means that the policy is applied unequally. For example, Albion Kebab 61 next door, Belgian Chips 67, Bob Ice 131 North Street, granted recently, Zafron 99 North Road, granted recently, KFC 22 London Road, granted recently. All of these restaurants are operating for takeaway, collection and delivery after midnight till 3 or 5 a.m. daily, and all of them are in the same area where my restaurant is located. So giving these restaurants full advantage of trading till late night a.m. And saying no automatically, rigidly or arbitrarily without objective justification as per your letter, I'm talking about the police, for the new applicants is an indirect discrimination and violate my right to enjoy opening my shop till late hours as per other shops. Although the robust security measures and exceptional circumstances that I provided and proposed in my application, and violate the Equality Act 2010, and if the policy prevents fair economic opportunity and applies rules unequally, that can amount to a violation of my human rights leading to judicial review. This will lead to a failure to consider.
Sorry, Bahar, we haven't made a decision yet.
No, I'm talking about the police, not the panel.
No, this is not to do with the police. This is, you're making your case. What we're looking for is for you to tell us succinctly why you think we should allow an exception in your case. That's, I mean, given that you've had applications for 3 a.m. turned down twice, you're now asking us to look at 5 a.m. and we still haven't heard from you why we should allow an exception.
It is in my submission. If you, I'm just going point by point to not forget anything. So it is in my submission and the paper that I sent it to you.
I think we've unfortunately, because of timing, and we've allowed you to speak quite a lot, and in your questions you've actually you've put forward your case more rather than leaving it till this time, and the police and the licensing authority have had less time than you have to put the case in. Now I would really please ask you to wrap up your submission now, so that we can then ask you questions, and then maybe if we're lucky we might be able to get on to make a decision today. But what you're talking about is things. If you were making a case to a court, this is what you should be saying. You should be making a case to us as to why you are an exception, why you think you're an exception. I don't think it's anything to do, well, I don't know, I'll let you carry on, but that's my advice, please. If you could, you need to convince us that your business is an exception to the rule when it comes to the matrix and the statement of licensing policy.
Okay, perfect. I'm going ahead with this last part, and I'll continue for exceptional circumstances. The police said recent incident and crime statistics.
Sorry, Baha, can you please just go on to why you're an exceptional? I mean, we've heard your views on the police crime statistics, and you have quizzed Hannah on them. We know what your views are on that. Can you please just go ahead to why you think that we should allow an exception? The three of us, nobody else, just the three of us as the panel members, please.
Okay, as per the licensing policy, statement of licensing policy 3.13.9 paragraph, the 6th line, it's clearly say that the impact can be expected to be different for premises with different styles and characteristics. For example, while a large nightclubs or high capacity public house might add to problems of cumulative impact. So this is clear that this adds problems. A small restaurant, theater, or live music venue where alcohol is not the primary activity may be considered exceptional circumstances. So clear in the licensing policy that my restaurant is a small restaurant. We are not going to sell alcohol anytime. So this should strengthen our case and considered as exceptional circumstances, and should be departed from the policy and for the matrix approach. Also, in matrix approach, paragraph 5, section 3.3.3 on notes on matrix, it says that subject to the following notes, the policy as represented in the matrix will be strictly adhered to. First, each application will be considered on individual merit, so no link up for previous applications. Second, applications within the cumulative impact zone are subject to the special policy on cumulative impact at paragraph 3.1, and those within the special stress area to the special stress policy consideration as paragraph 2.2. Departure from the matrix policy is expected only in exceptional circumstances. Exceptional circumstances will not include quality of management or size of venue except where explicitly stated in policy matrix, and it was explicitly stated small restaurant should be considered exceptional circumstances. Number 5, exceptional circumstances may include consultation and meeting requirements of responsible authorities. So this is the first one. So Station Grill is happy to cooperate with the police and accept the police proposed conditions, including installing CCTV, and the manager and myself is SIA door supervisor, and will have contract with MSU, Mobile Support Unit. Okay. The second thing, an appropriate corporate social responsibility policy. Station Grill is committed to behave ethically and contribute positively to society, the environment, and the community. Our plan showing how our business will act responsibly and support the local community. For example, hiring local staff, reducing noise, or later offering discounts to NHS workers and students, sponsoring local events and charities. Station Grill is committed to reducing environmental impact by using recyclable packaging, sourcing ingredients from local suppliers where possible, and donating unsold food to local charities at the end of each day. They are also committed to fair treatment and training for all employees, ensuring a safe and respectful workplace, and actively supporting community events in Brighton. The third one, which should be considered as exceptional circumstances, community contribution to offset impact, such as financial contribution to infrastructure. They will be Station Grill will be offering something to compensate for any potential negative impact, such as help fund extra street cleaning, such as arrange daily early morning cleaning outside the premises, and install outdoor bins, contribute to a community safety scheme like CCTV on streets or any other approved schemes or projects. Station Grill will donate a set amount annually to support local community events and improvement projects organized by Brighton authorities. Community support. As you know, that the licensing team and myself have received more than 54 witness statements from the local residents, customers, and neighbors to support our application, and they confirmed the premises is beneficial. The shop will help keep the area safer. They prefer regulated food options. The business provide a good community service. The fifth condition is alcohol sale ancillary to business activity, demonstrable to responsible authorities and licensing authority. For instance, by licensing condition allowing authorized officers access to sales accounts. Station Grill will not sell alcohol at all, and this should make their case stronger in the CIZ and be considered as exceptional circumstances. The following licensing activities are encouraged and valued by the licensing authority: outdoor regulated entertainment, community-based street parties, members club, traditional pubs outside the city center, and the non-alcohol licensable activity, particularly within city center, which is a Station Grill case as a restaurant in the city center. So the premises is non-alcoholic, food-focused, small in size, willing to accept the licensing conditions, committed to hiring trained staff and implementing public safety measures. So all of that is covering the special circumstances as per the statement of licensing policy.
Thank you. I think how much longer do you need, Baha? Because we've only got 45 minutes left and we haven't had questions asked of you yet.
I'm not sure, maybe if I'm not sure, 10-15 minutes again.
I think that's far too long. You've actually had 3 times as long as the other people. There's as the licensing authority and the police, and I just think that some of the things you're saying, you've said several things 3 or 4 times over the questions that you said, and I really would like us to get a decision out today. Simon.
I think if we are concerned about our ability, time shouldn't ultimately be the governor of these types of applications, but if we're concerned about the time, perhaps that will be an appropriate. What I don't want us to do is Mr. Baha to finish and then not get the questions and the representations made in response to it, and then you've not got any time to make the decision. I think one should follow off of the back of the other, so that Mr. Baha is in that sense given the last word on everything. So
I think if it's going to be another 15 minutes, then I think I don't know how we're going to deal with this.
The problem is,
would Mr. Baha object to stopping at this point and then reconvening at an indeterminate time? I'm afraid I can't tell you when it will be, Mr. Baha, and then finishing off your presentation at that point so that you're given the last word before the panel.
Yeah, but the problem is very important. It's a serious matter, so I need to include everything to be taken in account. Otherwise, I'm not sure what the decision will be. So it may, I may not get my opportunity to provide everything for the panel to decide.
You will certainly get that, but not necessarily today. The problem is that we're already nearly at 12:20. Right at the outset, the panel indicated that they needed to be done by 1 o'clock because of other commitments they've got to be done. You have to finish your speech, and you've indicated that that's another 15 to 20 minutes possibly. So that will take us to the best part of 20:01. Then there's another 15, possibly more minutes worth of questions. That's 5:01. Now, we could go through all of that, but then you wouldn't have the decision being made hard on the heels of the representations because the panel are not then available after 1 o'clock. So what I'm suggesting as an alternative is that we stop at an appropriate point, possibly now, and then you're given the opportunity on another occasion to finish all the points that you want to make when there's more time that's available. And then the questioning can carry on at that point.
Alison.
Thank you, Chair. I mean, I was going to suggest, I mean, yeah, obviously I've heard what you've said, Simon. I mean, I don't mind Baha, telling us this, but this is all, we've already seen an awful lot of this in the pack that we've been sent. So I was wondering if Baha wanted to condense it to the points that he wants to make, which I think you mentioned earlier, Chair, which is to tell us specifically why you think there are exceptional circumstances to this. I think if you were able to put it in a nutshell, because unfortunately we've had a 300-page pack which we've read. We just need to be a bit more.
So, Simon, how about if we concluded the business of the panel, but we did our deliberations on another day?
That's a good idea.
Can I go away and check on the rules around that one? So you're going to lose me for about 5 minutes while I just go and check that the regulations allow us to do that.
Yeah, sure.
Because normally it's 5 working days. So can we get another panel in 5 working days? That's the question. But I'll have a little check and then I'll come back to you.
Okay, thanks.
The problem is because I had a bad experience before. Although I presented application before, but the decision came that I didn't show something. So this is what the problem. So I'm afraid this happened again today. I can't submit all of my representation, and then the decision will be negative. So this is a problem. So I need to have the chance.
You sent us a considerably long document with all the things that you want to say. And
I've done the same in the previous application. I've sent all the documents, and it was clearly illustrated, and I've got a negative. So this is the issue. I need to provide, and they said that in the decision I didn't explain the circumstances. So the decision even didn't take out or take in their mind that the paper that I've already sent.
Well, we do have to base our decision on the papers that we've been sent and you summarising your case. And obviously we have taken into consideration the police and the licensing authority, this always, if they have made an objection.
Why doesn't Baha continue?
I'm ready.
Let's do that.
Okay. Can I continue, please?
Would you like to continue, please? So at least we can let you have as much time as we can today.
Perfect. The statement of licensing. Given the distinction between this operation typical late night venue in the area, I strongly believe that this application meets the criteria for exceptional circumstances, and it will not increase disorder and may instead help reduce it. The statement of licensing policy states that If an application is unlikely to add to the cumulative impact of an area, it may be granted. The impact can be expected to be different for premises with different styles and characteristics. For example, while a large nightclub, which I've done already, read it now. So, and it doesn't give to what extent and what percentage it says unlikely. So we believe that this application will not negatively add to the cumulative impact in the area, and exceptional circumstances do exist to depart from the special policy and the matrix. Brighton licensing matrix support food venues remaining open until midnight. Station Grill, which doesn't sell alcohol and already operates responsibly, should be permitted to stay open longer under clearly defined safeguards. Okay, 1 second, please.
Is that all you need to say to?
Yeah, one second, please. I'm trying to find the other part. So the licensing team said that they acknowledge that the applicant has submitted extensive documents as to why they consider their application is to be exceptional. In addition to, the applicant has offered some positive conditions to mitigate risk, including BCRP membership, staff training, and SIA risk assessment. I acknowledge that, but this means that it's exceptional circumstances by itself, including BCR membership, BCRB, and mitigating risk. I acknowledge application to be considered on its own merit. However, this is the third time the applicant has applied for a late night takeaway in community impact zone in under a year. So the license said that every application should be treated on its own merit, not linked to the previous one. This application consistently, it says it isn't clear that the applicant properly appreciates what the policy means in terms of cumulative impact.
Sorry, can I just interrupt, Baha, because you're reading out as if you're not the applicant, and I really don't understand.
No,
this is you are the applicant, so why are you reading out what the applicant wants to do?
Yeah.
Because this letter comes from the licensing authority, so I'm reading it as it is.
I know, but we've already seen that.
We've read
so
that.
If you could just direct please to us rather than reading out what we've already seen.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Thanks.
So thank you for your acknowledgement and of the documentation and the positive condition I have put forward in support of my application, including BCRP membership, staff training, and SIA risk assessment. I would like to address the concern you have raised. Operating hours. The proposed hours from 11 to 5 with 24-hour opening have been carefully considered in light of local demand, particularly from night shift workers, transport staff, and delivery service users. I have included operational measures to ensure that activity during late hours will be managed in a way that minimizes disturbance to the local area. Understanding of the cumulative impact zone policy, I fully appreciate the purpose of implication of the cumulative impact zone policy. My application specifically addresses potential cumulative impact by implementing robust mitigation strategies, including noise control measures, strict delivery protocols, and close coordination with the BCRP and the local enforcement bodies. Exceptional circumstances, while not selling alcohol is not on its own exceptional, but as you can see from the council statement of licensing policy, it is clearly mentioned that the small restaurant where alcohol is not the primary activity may be considered exceptional circumstances. In this case, it is part of the wider set of measures which collectively make the operation low risk. This includes full staff training in conflict management, CCTV coverage of the premises, delivery focused trade, and clear operational procedures to prevent congregation outside. Order placement process. The restaurant will operate primarily for dining until midnight, then will be through online orders, telephone ordering, delivery, collection, and takeaway service. Any collections will be managed with the staff supervisor. clear signage and the measures to prevent queues or gathering outside the premises. Order that will be placed online through established platforms such as Uber Eats, Deliveroo, and Just Eat. No customer will be allowed to eat inside the premises after midnight. Food collection after midnight will be from a secure and designated collection point inside the premises, managed by trained staff and supervised by an SIA registered door supervisor, which will be a licensed door SID supervisor in busy nights or as per risk assessment outcome. Customers will be advised not to linger outside and collect their order promptly. Signage will also be displayed to discourage loitering or noise.
Sorry, Baha, is this all in the submission that you made?
Yes.
To us there, all these lots of different things that you're saying now. You've submitted that to us, haven't you?
Yes.
Already.
Yes.
Yeah. So we are aware of all this.
Okay. Perfect. Yes. Okay. That's fine.
Sorry, Simon is just coming back.
Yeah, I just want to be really precise. I've read the papers. I'm not aware that the matters that Baha is now putting in terms of restricted operating hours is within the paperwork. It may be in the new document that came in this morning at 9:15.
Yes, it is in the new document.
Right.
Yes.
Well, that's not been before the panel as yet, councillors. So you may want to listen to this bit with more gusto, because it's not something that we've previously heard. But as I understand it, what Mr. Baha is saying is it's a restaurant and he's not going to serve off street after midnight.
I think a lot of the things that you said I recognise from reading some of the papers. That's all. The appendix. Appendix. Yeah, here we are on page 25 of the main agenda. Working with Sussex Police, seating area will be closed for dine-in, install and maintain comprehensive CCTV. A lot of this stuff is in the agenda from page 25 onwards. Like membership of BP, Brighton and Hove, the Pub Watch, Neighbourhood Watch, similar schemes, Brighton Crime Reduction Partnership. This is under describe the steps that you intend to promote the 4 licensing objectives.
Chair, Simon's got his hand up.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was just reading that again. Sorry, Simon.
Yeah, I think I confess to being slightly confused myself as to what it is that Mr. Baha is actually asking for at this point. And I'm not clear whether he's asking for 5 o'clock or, given what he's just said, he's asking to be treated as a restaurant and therefore till 12 o'clock, but with the ability after that not to serve people on the street, but to serve by way of Deliveroo, etc. I think that's what Mr. Baha is saying is his proposal. But I think we need to be absolutely clear what the proposal is, because that's the decision that we're making.
Yeah, I've said that we will operate as a restaurant till midnight, but from midnight to 5 a.m. it's up to the licensing panel to decide. I'm happy for mitigating the hour, and happy for their decision. So they can choose. They can decide either doing delivery, takeaway, collection, all as one set, or delivery only, or takeaway only, or collection only. So I'm happy for either one after 12 or 1 or 2 or 3 as per your decision. So definitely I like to do till 5 a.m. but I'm happy with I can coordinate to mitigate the hours. No problem.
Sorry, Chair, I keep popping in. My understanding, therefore, Mr. Baha, is what you're saying is you wish to be treated as a restaurant till midnight.
And doing yes.
Yeah, to be clear, being treated as a restaurant doesn't mean you're treated as a takeaway. I just want to make sure we know exactly what it is that is being put forward. So that would allow you to have people inside the building up until midnight, but you
Yes.
wouldn't be giving people food to take away.
Yes.
And then after midnight, one of the things, you're open to whatever it is that the panel wants to say, but you're essentially saying you would accept that you could do deliveries and collections, but not on people coming in through your door and collecting and ordering food in front of you.
No, dine in, not dine in, but they can come to collect the food, take away, delivery, no problem. But nobody will sit inside the restaurant after midnight.
Right. So nobody other than delivery drivers would be going into the premises after midnight.
Sorry?
I think what you're saying is nobody other than delivery drivers would be allowed into the premises after midnight.
No, the question that it's up to the license. If the license panel decide that's only delivery, I'm happy. If they decide it can do takeaway and the collection, definitely the customer will come inside to collect the food, but will not dine in, will not eat in. They just collect the food and leave. So we are operating after midnight as per the licensing decision, as they want, as they happy to do, us to do. So if they said that takeaway until 5 a.m., I'm happy to do it. If they said that collection only, I'm happy to do it. If they said delivery only, I'm happy to do it.
Is that clear to you?
Sorry?
I'm just checking that the chair understands that you're giving what your parameters are. So you'd like to be treated to a restaurant till 12 o'clock with no takeaway after between 11 and 12. And then after 12 o'clock, you're placing it in the hands of the panel to make the decision as to whether it's delivery and collection only, possibly takeaway, but not a restaurant after 12 o'clock.
Not dine in after, not eating. Yes, not eating after midnight.
Alex.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, just sorry to interject there. So the midnight aspect we're talking about, just to clarify, Bahu, that you would wish to still allow takeaways between 11 and midnight and not just sit in the restaurant up until midnight. Is that what you're saying? If you can just clarify that for the panel, please.
Yeah, the restaurant operations means like any other restaurant in the city, like KFC, McDonald's, any other restaurant, people come eating, and sometimes they said that we will take our food out and go home. So we have the options to mix between eating, or they can take it to home or delivery as a restaurant operation, normal restaurant operations. But after 12, I'm not going to let anybody dine in, eating. After 12, they only have choices, or either delivery, either they can order online and come to collect, or either if they can take away, no problem. But I'm not going to let anybody inside the premises. For eating, they will come to collect the food, but they will not sit inside the premises.
Okay, so just to round that up for my understanding and to relay that to the panel is up to midnight, you allow people to sit in the restaurant and to have takeaways up until midnight, come and collect and order, and then after midnight, you're putting it back to the panel to make that decision on what they would allow.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Alex. Alison.
There's a couple of things that I just wanted to ask. I mean, how many covers do you have inside?
You mean staff?
Pardon?
Do you mean staff?
No. How many tables, seating?
Oh,
how many
tables? Yeah. Inside we have roughly like 13 person can eat in, or 13
sitting
to 14.
Down, yeah, sitting down at the table, yeah.
Eating, yeah, 13 to 14 eating in.
And outside?
Outside till 11 p.m. Roughly 10 people, roughly.
Okay, thank you.
And what's your other question? Sorry, Alison, you said you had a couple of questions.
Oh yeah. So I was then going to also ask. So because one of the issues about people coming in, if you're saying that what you're asking us to do is to allow you to have takeaways only after midnight, if you've got all these tables and chairs there, what's to stop people just sitting there and eating? I mean, you'll just tell them to leave, will you? I mean, I don't know. You don't have like a hatch or anything, do you? You don't have any way of giving people their takeaways without them actually coming into the premises?
No, what I'm going to do is to close the sitting area, remove the chairs, remove the tables, because I'm not going to allow anybody to sit inside, and also collect the tables from outside and put it inside. So there is no way for someone to eat in, no way. And they come in a secure point and collect the food.
John, is there anything you'd like to ask?
No, I haven't got anything further at this stage. Really, I think that's really been quite clarified with what we had. Thank you.
Could I ask another question that's slightly unrelated?
Sure.
I mean, I don't know, Baha, are you finished with your presentation? Because
I still not, unfortunately.
You're still not finished. Okay, all right. I'll let you carry on then.
Yeah.
Can I just ask Simon? Did you look at whether or not we could make the decision on another day, or is it? Do we have to make it?
Yeah, if we conclude today, we have to do it within 5 working days. Within 5 days.
Okay. Right. So if we were all available tomorrow morning, say, we could do it tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah,
that's fine. So I think, Baha, how much more have you got to tell us? Bearing in mind that we've read a lot, most of the things that you were reading out, we've already read.
I'm not sure, but I can submit it if. I'll go it quickly now. I'll go through it quickly if you'd like, within 5-10 minutes.
How much more are you reading out what you've already sent us?
Not reading out. Focus on the important points.
But you're reading out what we've already read.
Because as the Mr. Simon said, you didn't have this submission in front of you. So I think it's better if you can get it by email and read it, or go through it while I'm
we have received a copy of it.
We've received it. Yeah, we've seen it.
Today.
I've got it in front of me. We received it midway through the meeting itself.
Yeah, today at 9 a.m., isn't it?
Yeah, you sent it.
We as a panel have got a copy now.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, that's
so really, we've all read it. That's why we took a break.
Okay, no problem. Okay, I'll try to conclude it. Hopefully,
if you could bring it to a close, that would be great. And we'll see if we can get some more questions in.
Sorry, Mr. Baha, sorry, Chair, but as a procedural matter, are you saying then that we're admitting the document that was sent in at 9:16 this morning?
Yes, I'm talking about the 14 page.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Baha's question for the Chair, because technically that document was very late.
Yes.
And therefore it needs the permission of the Chair and of the panel to have that document submitted. The photograph came in because it was relevant to the other discussions. So I'm just checking now that the Chair is agreeing that your whole document, all 16 pages of it, that was sent at 9:15 this morning, is now a document that the panel will be taking account of.
Alison and John, are you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy because we read it earlier, so that's
we read. Yeah, we had the chance
to us as well. So yeah, I mean, it's been in the public forum now, one way or another.
Okay. So can we conclude now, Baha, please, so that we can so that the other people who've been here for a long time can ask questions.
Okay, no problem. I'll try to summarize. Regarding the letter from the police, regarding the crime data, as you hear that the police confirmed that it's not related to me or related to the business.
Sorry, Baha, we can't take that into consideration. We're looking. You are. What we want you to do is to promote what you want to do, rather than talking about things that the police and the licensing authority have said.
Okay, no problem. Yes. clear from the data that it contributes to venues operating late night alcohol sales and new applicants who are not intending to serve alcohol or who operate under different business model like restaurants or takeaway should not be penalized by association. Licensing, you know that licensing decision should be based on individual merit.
Okay.
To impose restriction or rejection on new independent business based on cumulative crime data not caused by them undermine economic growth and deters responsible traders from investing in the area. A more balanced approach would be to tackle the root cause of the disorder, namely the late night alcohol venue, rather than obstructing new applicants who may in fact contribute positively to the local economy and community safety. And also from the letter clearly appeared that trying to penalize new applicants from problems that already existing and related to venues that you are allowing them to trade till late. In other words, you granted a license to venue and these venues making troubles related to alcohol.
Yeah, sorry, Baha, we've already discussed this.
Okay.
I think we've already been over this. Can you please just as quickly as possible bring this to a close so that we can allow the police and the licensing authority to ask their questions and for us if we have any more.
Okay. They said also the area already experienced a high number of incidents throughout the day and night permitting. So the blanket use of area already busy is justification disproportionately affects business that haven't yet been given a chance amount to indirect discrimination under Section 19 of Equality Act. The Council and Sussex Police have a duty under the Public Sector Equality Duty, Section 149, to foster equal opportunity and remove disadvantage, not reinforce them. Regarding
yeah, I think you've already been through this. Sorry, we've already heard this earlier on.
Okay, I'll talk about the. 1 second, please, because I need to focus.
I think to be fair, Mr. Baha, you are actually telling us the same things that you said throughout most of this meeting.
Okay, okay.
You're not telling us anything new.
Okay, regarding the licensing objective, so prevention of crime and disorder. 1 second, please, because I need to.
Is this in your submission? Have you already written this out?
Yes, I've already written it in my submission. Yes.
Okay, yes. That's if we can conclude that, because I think we are going to have to go into special. We are going to have to sort of do this another day. But I would like the opportunity to let the licensing authority and the police, so that we don't have to drag everybody else back. Can I now ask you to please say that I'm going to ask my colleagues if they have any more questions, and then move on to the licensing authority and the police. Thank you, Alison. Do you have any more questions?
Oh, I was just grabbing a glass of water. No more questions from me, really. I mean, I suppose the only question that I had for Baha was, I just wanted to ask about the email submissions that were made, because there seemed to be quite a lot of similarity between them, and I was just wondering how you'd sort of managed to organise various people to email you when the emails were very similar. How did those emails come about?
What happened that I had a pro notice on the window, so customer came and they read about it, the blue notice. So they said that all of them either told me or told the staff, please can we email them? I told them you can object or support, it's up to you. So they would like to say that if we object or support, so we know that you are doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Should we write that down to them? I've told them, please, anything related to the premises license, write it down. regarding.
No, the only reason I ask is because, for example, though, I noticed that there was one from somebody who lived in Freshfield Road, and it said that I live very close, in very close proximity to the outlet, and I was sort of thinking, well, Freshfield Road is actually quite a long way away from your outlet, so I was slightly confused as to how the content had come about.
Yeah, because they are customers. They came, and I instead of, because I told that to many people. So what I've done, that I've asked the staff and myself, if someone asks, just please write about the prevention of control, the crime, sorry, and the disorder, public safety, children, public nuisance, and protection of children from harm. So they already have the same.
Yeah, can we? Yeah, I think we get that now. John, have you got any questions? Yeah.
And just really following on from that, thank you. Did you provide a template to anyone who said they wish to write in support?
Not a template. I explained in general idea what they should object or support.
Okay.
The same words have been put to everybody, so they do it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think you've answered Councillor Hewitt's question. Okay. My question now is that you have invited us to. You said, you know, that it's up to us to make a decision as to what time. So if we said to you that you could stay open until midnight to do takeaways.
Only midnight.
Well, you said any time between midnight and 5, and I'm just asking you as a hypothetical question.
Yeah, but at least the neighbors' hours.
Okay.
I'm happy, no problem. But at least I have neighbors.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, you've answered the question. Sorry. Can I now ask Andre? Is it Andre or Hannah to ask questions? Are we all still here? Yeah.
Thank you, Chair. I have no questions, but I'm not sure if Andre or Inspector Morrison have any, if they'd like to come in.
Yeah, Andre?
Thank you, Chair. Panel, apologies. I just thought it would be remiss if I didn't mention that the photo submitted by Baha in relation to his open premises was actually appeared in an online article on the Brighton and Hove News on the 13th of August at 12:04. It was taken by Sarah Booker-Lewis and featured as part of her article into Mr. Azmi's application for the third time. I just wanted to point that out and give him the right to respond to that and bring that to the attention of the panel, just so that you have that information to hand. Interestingly, on that article, it doesn't appear with the timestamp.
Thank you. Baha, would you like to respond to that?
Yes, as I said, it was an anonymous person who sent me the email. I'm not sure who is. I'm not sure if it's original or fake.
Okay. Well, I think we've just had an explanation of where it has come from. It was a publicly available photograph from an article by Brighton, the Democratic reporter for the Brighton and Hove News. Okay, Donna, is there anything you'd like to ask?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, bearing in mind the way things have gone, I'm minded to not to say let's all do a summary. I don't know what Simon feels about that. That's what we would normally do at this time, is to ask for summaries, and I'm not sure how that would pan out, given we've got 11 minutes. Emily. Oh,
sorry, Chair.
You're coming over twice. Oh. Donna, sorry, Donna. Gosh.
Yeah.
So I was just going to say Emily was probably got something to say, because I was just here to answer about the addendum.
Right.
So
okay. Emily, is there anything more you'd like to say in summary?
No, I don't have any. What I was going to say is I don't have any additional questions for Baha.
Okay, and are you? What about making a quick summary? Are you?
Yes, I can make a quick summary. I mean, I don't think it would add anything to what I've already said, but if we want to do summaries, I can.
Okay, Simon, what do you feel about that, given the timing?
I'm just trying to check the running order, whether it's a requirement or not. I've got also to give you some advice clearly, and I need to do it in public as well about various things. So that's another 10 minutes. Maybe if we just canvass the police and Mr. Bahar as to whether they want the opportunity to do a summary, and I'll try and check the point in a second while we're doing that.
Okay. Hannah.
I would sort of like to do a summary, but just it won't be adding anything new. But I would leave it down to you, Chair.
How can you get it? Is it quick?
a couple of lines.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. I'm just
Perhaps,
aware
Chair,
that,
what we could do is limit everybody to 2 minutes on their summaries.
Okay. Okay, then Hannah, go. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. It is just to, obviously, we've been on this hearing for 3 hours, so I just sort of wanted to make a point that we are seeking refusal for a third time due to the lack of confidence in the applicant and our inability to work with him. It is very sort of challenging for us, so I just wanted to ensure that went in to my summary at the end. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Emily.
Thank you, Chair. Just to add, I believe that granting this application will likely add to the additional burdens and problems to the already challenging area, especially if customers are collecting orders from the premises and deliveries are taking place between midnight and 0500. Therefore, I wish to bring the application to the attention of the panel so they can question. Sorry, reading the wrong bit. So, I want to bring this application to the panel for them to decide whether it constitutes exceptional circumstances to depart from the policy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bahar. Bearing in mind 2 minutes.
Okay. 1 second. Sorry for that.
Can you summarize? Can you just summarize everything that you just said? I know it's going to be hard.
I'll do, no problem. Okay, that's fine. Just to confirm that the crime data is not related to me, and the police submission for the photos was not verified as they confirm it, and anybody can make any photos, fake or original, no problem.
Yeah,
my
sorry,
application.
I think we've been through this. We've been through this. Okay. I just want you to very quickly summarize the good points about your application.
My application is, I hope, to be considered as exceptional circumstances due to the points I explained, the 6 points, and to be departed from the matrix approach and from the statement of licensing policy, and also taking account the robust security measures for the 4 licensing objectives: prevention of crime and disorder, public nuisance, public safety, and the protection of children from harm. Also, 1 second, please. Yes, taking account the witness statement, the more than 54 witness statements supporting the application to be exceptional circumstances, and also it is not a planning issue, it is only a licensing decision. So hopefully, please, if you can take in account, there is no objection at all from anybody from the area or in the city at all. Also, yeah, that's my submission.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, Simon, you would like to say something at this stage?
Yes, so I think the first point is just to remind the panel that we have something of a variable request before it at the moment, but you are in effect, by what Mr. Bahar said, is invited to consider him both as a restaurant, possibly a takeaway and a delivery service. So that will be, and you can apply conditions according to each of those elements as we go along. Article 1 and Article 14 have been raised. Article 1, I don't agree, applies. The quotation that you have been given is not the full quotation. And what Article 1 says is every natural legal person is entitled to peaceful enjoyment of his possessions. Well, as yet, Mr. Bahar doesn't have the extended hours. So it's not something that's being taken away from him. But in any event, it goes on to say that the preceding provision shall not, however, in any way impair the right of the states to enforce such laws as is deemed necessary to control the use of property in accordance with the general interest. And then it goes on to talk about taxes, etc. The Licensing Act has been in effect for 22 years and is designed specifically to address the public interest. So assuming I'm correct on that, Article 14 is not a standalone provision. It must have another breach of any of the other articles. And the only other article I can see applying would be Article 8, the right to a fair trial. Nothing has been said that would suggest, therefore, that Article 14 is in place. Ms. Baha made a number of points that sort of got mashed up a little bit around equalities, about rigid policies, which is sort of judicial review territory. Are we running a policy that is unlawful or irrational? He went on to say that it was unfair that others, for instance, 99 North Street, had recently had licences granted to them, which is actually quite contradictory to the point that he just made. So on one hand, he's saying that the policy is rigid and prevents newcomers coming into the system, and on the other hand was then complaining about a number of venues were new, which shows that it's not a rigid policy, and that they, because I know some of those cases, they involve people in a similar situation to Mr. Baha. He is absolutely right that in every decision we make, we have to consider the public sector equality duty, and we will be dealing with that as we go along. So in terms of equalities, I would suggest that there is evidence here that it is not an Equalities Act issue, because other people of a similar background have had licences granted to them, and it is not a rigid policy for the same reason. I think that is, in general, the legislative advice that I will give. Yeah, nothing else to add, Chair.
So now, bearing in mind that we can actually do our deliberations at another time as quickly as possible, I will now bring the panel hearing to a close, and we can. I mean, I think the only people who are going to be involved in this are the three of us councillors and Sean and Simon. I just wanted to make sure everybody's clear about that. If we had more time, we would now be saying goodbye and going back into the virtual room, the other virtual room we've been in, and discuss it with the three of us, Sean taking notes and Simon giving us legal advice as necessary. But what I'm suggesting is that we could do that on a separate day as soon as possible, so long as the three of us, five of us, are available. Is that okay, Simon, do you think?
Yes, it is, yeah. But we do need to do it as soon as possible so that we're not forgetting everything that's been said today.
Okay, so could the five of us leave this and quickly go into the other room just to agree a date? Thank you for your time, and thank you, thank you, Baha, for all of your, I know this is very important to you, and thank you, but you can understand why, given the limited time, why I had to sort of hold you back a bit, because we have heard several times, because all of us have been on the other panels as well, so we know where we are on this. Thank you to officers and to the police, and we will see you. The five of us will go into the room quickly now, and we'll see you another time. Yeah.
The decision will be within 5 days, or today, or
well, it depends. No, it won't be today. I've just explained that we haven't got time. We haven't got time to do it today, so we're going to go and decide a time that we can do as quickly as possible to get this through. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, everybody. Okay.
Thanks. Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.